Good morning, Facebook friends. Monday morning, 9 o'clock. We're back for another installment of Monday 5 Live. And today I'm going to be talking to you all about 10 reasons why the scales aren't shifting. So we've got about 6 weeks till Christmas, maybe 6.5 weeks till Christmas. And a lot of our clients around about this time are starting to say things like, summer's coming and I want to feel really good for summer. I want to have energy. I want to feel confident on the beach. And a lot of their concerns are based around the fact that they may be holding on to a few extra kilos. So I thought today I would explain some of the reasons why you might be struggling to lose those excess kilos. And some of them might actually quite surprise you. Okay, number one, first reason why the scales aren't shifting. Are your portion sizes too big? Now this is quite an obvious one. If you're eating too much for what your body needs, then yes, you are going to be eating too many calories and eventually they will be stored as body fat. So I'm not really a fan of calorie counting. I don't get into breaking down macronutrient portions and all that sort of thing. I think it's unnecessary and it can create a lot of extra kind of stress and I just don't think it's necessary at all. But in saying that, there are a couple of things to be mindful of. So if you are somebody who eats meat, just be aware that high protein equals high fat. Okay, as soon as you eat animal protein, that equates to high fat, even the lean cuts of meat. Okay. So if you're eating meat, we say stick to a palm-sized piece per day, maximum. That's your palm, your thickness of your palm. If you're eating too much meat, your body's going to really struggle to break it down and digest it, and you're going to be just eating too much fat and too many calories. If you're, in terms of like starchy carbohydrates, which are super, super important, you want to be looking at about 1/2 cup to 1 cup, depending on how big you are or what your height and your weight is to start with. So starchy carbs like pumpkin, kumara, potato, brown rice, aim for between 1/2 cup and 1 cup. And then fill your plate up with vegetables. Veggies are the best way to fill yourself up. So just be mindful of portion sizes. Number 2. Are you not eating enough? Now this might sound completely contradictory to what I just said, but the thing to be aware of if you're not eating enough is that your body starts to freak out and it goes, oh my God, I don't have enough fuel input to deal with my busy life. So what happens is your body starts to release stress hormones such as cortisol and adrenaline. And when your body starts to release stress hormones, it signals to your body that it isn't safe. And if it's not safe, it will not shed body fat. So if you're not eating enough, you might think that that's the way to lose weight, but it's not, because your body will simply go into survival mode, which is otherwise known as fight or flight. And your body can't lose weight when it's in fight or flight. Hey Kelly, thanks for watching. Okay, number 3. Are you not sleeping properly? Now this goes back to the point that I just made about survival mode. If you're not getting enough deep, restful sleep, your body is unable to recover. And if it's not able to recover, it won't be shedding body fat. Okay, so we need to make sure that when we're sleeping, we are in the rest, digest, and repair mode, which is the opposite to fight or flight. And the problem is these days is that so many people are living in fight or flight all the time. And their stress hormones are just all over the place. So if you're living in fight or flight, you're not going to be shedding body fat. So if you're somebody who goes to bed at night and maybe you struggle to go to sleep, or maybe you go to sleep easily and then you wake up for no reason, or if you're tossing and turning all night and then you wake up in the morning and you're not feeling refreshed, then that is a sign that you're not sleeping properly. And if you're not sleeping properly, your body is not going to shed body fat. Number 4, are you drinking enough water? I know we talk about water all the time, but we do it for a very good reason. It's super important. Water helps flush everything out of the body, takes all the toxins out. If you're an adult, you should be drinking around about 2 to 2.5 litres a day. It just helps clear all the elimination pathways, and that will help you to, you know, flush everything out of the body nicely, and will help you lose body weight. Which leads me to my next point, number 5. Are your bowels moving correctly? I know this isn't a great subject, but it's really important. And this has a lot to do with your gut health as well. So your elimination should be happening pretty much at the same time every day. And if it's not, that's a sign that there's some serious backlog going on. And I think you know what I mean by that. There's a lot of gunk sitting in the colon. It's a sign that your gut's not working properly. And if your gut's not working properly, then you're not able to break down and digest and absorb your nutrients properly. Okay, so irregular bowel movements is a sign of an unhealthy gut and an unhealthy digestive system, and you need a healthy digestive system to be absorbing the nutrients, which again helps the body to function properly. If you're unable to do that, then you're not going to be shedding body fat. Number 6, have you got too much stress going on in your life? Again, if your body is under stress, it's releasing stress hormones. Your body pumps out cortisol and adrenaline to keep you safe. So, I mean, you could have background stress going on. There's all sorts of different reasons for background stress. It could be just that you've got a really busy lifestyle. And if you've got a busy lifestyle, your body is pumping out adrenaline to help your body keep up with its busy schedule. And again, if your body's pumping out stress hormones, you're in a state of fight or flight. Okay, and remember, when your body is in a state of fight or flight, it can't shed body fat. You have to be able to go back into rest, digest, repair, which is the opposite of fight and flight. Fight and flight is a very crucial component of our well-being, but we're not designed to stay there all the time. And the problem these days is that people are staying in fight or flight all the time, and it's just, it's causing so many problems. Okay, number 7. For a reason why your scales may not be shifting is, have you had a cheat meal in the past couple of days? So by a cheat meal, I mean something that you may not normally eat, such as you went to McDonald's or Burger King, or you had some pizza, or you know, you just maybe overdid it a little bit. And this is actually something that we endorse on our program. So when we give people their meal plans, we actually encourage them to have a cheat meal every week. And what that does is it satisfies any cravings, kind of, you know, gets that out of the way, and then they can get back on track the next day. But what we say to them is, you know, if you have a cheat meal, say on a Friday night, you need to expect your weight to go up by roughly 500 grams to a kilo. And that's not body fat, that's just extra stuff in your gut and in your colon. And then after a couple of days, that will start to shift, and that body weight, the weight on the scales will come back down again. So if you've had a cheat meal, you need to expect that your body weight is going to go up a little bit in the next few days. So don't go and stand on the scales, you know, 2 or 3 days afterwards and go, oh, you know, I shouldn't have had that cheat meal. Now I've just put on all this weight. That's actually not how it works. If you're having cheat meals all the time and that's how you live, then yes, it will be stored as body fat. But one cheat meal a week is not going to be stored as body fat. It will raise your weight on the scales as the body starts to process all the stuff out, and then your weight will come back down. So keep that in mind if you're jumping on the scales and you've had a cheat meal in the past 2 to 3 days. So usually if you have your cheat meal on the weekend, you know, give yourself till probably Tuesday and then jump on the scale. Number 8, are you exercising too much? Now, I know this goes against the grain of what a lot of people think. We see a lot of people who tell us that they're exercising, you know, 4 or 5, 6 times a week, and they're eating all the right things and they can't lose body fat. And this is actually a really big problem. It's happening a lot. And the problem is that a lot of people are over-exercising. They're putting more and more stress on an already stressed body. And again, when that happens, the body has to pump out stress hormones to keep you safe. Your body's going, no, I can't cope with this. So the adrenaline is there to keep your body functioning at a high level, but it's not supposed to be doing that. If your body is stressed, or you've got background stress going on and you're not sleeping properly, the last thing you need is too much exercise. And for a lot of our clients, you know, especially when we give them the adrenal stress quiz and we find out that their adrenal system has crashed, we say to them, stop exercising. Go for a gentle walk if you can handle it. If you can't handle it, just don't. Just stop. And the body weight starts to fall off. I'm not joking. So just think about whether you are doing too much exercise for your state of stress. Hey Coralie, thank you for tuning in. Nice to see you ladies here this morning. Number 9, are you not doing enough exercise? Again, this might sound contradictory to what I've just said, but we've got to find a happy medium. If you're somebody who is very sedentary, and perhaps this goes along with maybe your portion sizes are a little bit too big, then yes, that excess food will be stored as body fat. But do you know what? Most of the time, most of the people we work with, we just recommend a walk. Go for a walk around the block. Go for longer if you can handle it. Pick up the pace if you can handle it. Otherwise, just go for a stroll. It's the best form of body fat loss that you can have, especially if your body's under a lot of stress. So yes, it's a balancing act between, you know, not doing enough exercise and doing too much. But, you know, walking is amazing. Stick with walking if that's all you want to do and that's all you can cope with, then that's your body trying to tell you something. Don't go to the gym and, you know, do crazy workouts. Number 10 is, are you just simply confused about what you should be doing? And so many people are just confused through no fault of their own. Honestly, there's so much contradictory information out there. One minute it's high fat diets, next minute it's low fat diets. You should be doing high intensity exercise. No, you should be doing yoga. It's just crazy. There's just too much conflicting advice out there. People are confused. They don't know what they should be doing, and they don't know what the puzzle pieces are for weight loss. And it's not just calories in versus calories out. It's rubbish. Anyone who tells you that they have no idea what they're talking about. There's so much more involved. And as we've just talked about, sleep, stress, bowel movements, water intake, cheat meals, exercise, it all plays a part in the number that you're seeing on the scales. And something that we do with our clients is, well, Steve in particular does this. He recommends that his clients jump on the scales every single day. And the reason for that is because he wants to teach them what that number means and to learn how to interpret it. Now, women especially have this real emotional connection to the scales, and it can make or break their day depending on the number that they see. So we try to teach you how to interpret that number. Okay, my weight's gone up 500 grams since yesterday. Have I had a bowel movement? Have I had enough water? What was my sleep like? Have I got too much stress? Have I had a cheat meal? You know, there's so many things that play into that number. So another approach is just to weigh yourself once a week and get an overall trend. But really, it's about learning to understand what that number means and knowing exactly what to do to lose that excess body fat. So there's your 10 reasons. Quick recap. Are your portion sizes too big? Are your portion sizes too small? Are you not sleeping properly? Are you drinking enough water? Are your bowels moving correctly? Have you got too much stress? Have you had a cheat meal? Are you exercising too much? Are you not doing enough exercise? And are you just confused and don't know what the heck you're supposed to be doing? And if you are, then I don't blame you whatsoever. But we are here to guide you in the right direction. So that's it for today. Last thing, our books have arrived. We had 500 arrive on Thursday. And the feedback so far, I've had a couple of people come back and say that they've read it already, is so there's 12 chapters, and each chapter is broken down into really easy to read chunks. You'll see the bigger headings there. It's not meant to be some overwhelming textbook. It's not what it was written for. It's just broken down into really easy little chunks for you to digest. So they are here. If you want to order a copy, I'll post a link. They're still at their special price, $19.95 plus $5 postage. Great little guidebook for you if you want some direction with your health. Okay, everyone, thank you for watching. Hey, Emma, thanks for tuning in. We'll catch you next week, same time, same place. Have a great day, everyone. Bye.